Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for August 25th, Wednesday, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. We have a time for change call tonight. We're going to discuss a lot of the current events occurring on the planet. And Friday night, we have a reverse aging health call that I highly recommend people go to. We will have our guests back, Patty McPeak and Dr. Russ and myself. So pertinent information is going to be released on that call. Crucial in this time of upheaval on the planet is a crucial understanding of oneself. And this is allowing the being gentle with yourself, and let the gentleness move through you, starting right now, and it will heal you in everything that you do. And it's a calming flow. So a lot of us don't think about this when we have these times that are so prevalent right now. We don't think about that with ourselves, being gentle with ourselves instead of attacking ourselves and being disruptive with ourselves and irritated and fearful with ourselves. But it's to be gentle as always, to be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with oneself. Obviously, the ego mind fights that and wants you to be cantankerous and disruptive and angry at yourself and, digressive. And this is a test for those of us who are somewhat awake to literally be within. The storm outside of us is the material physical world. And to be quite frank, it has nothing to do with the gods within us. We create the worlds, we create the happenings. Doesn't mean we necessarily are aware of that, but we do collectively. And everything is a tune in. We're always tuning into things. If you looked at the old dial radios, we'd dial them and try to get in, the best reception, whatever it was we were listening to. That's no different than us when we tune into things. If you tune into anger, or outside of you, okay? Anger, fear, worry, stress, anxiety, panic, it affects you. And it affects you on how you view you. So it's not something that you would care to tune into, and people say, well, you got to be aware, and you look around and everything. You can't put your head in the sand. Well, that's very... but not participate in the goings-on outside center of the storm. Everyone on this planet, in fact, everyone anywhere, deserves to be free. And this means being free on an emotional, social, physical, mental, spiritual level, and yes, a financial level. It is our natural existence. It is literally our natural state of being to live an abundant life, where all of us, not a few, all of us feel rich and supported by this amazing universe. If you're choosing to participate, and we choose this, not everybody does, choosing to participate in the monetary society, then learning how to feel and act abundant truly is the best way to be. And everything is connected with relaxing. dropping into deeper layers of relaxation, about all of the things. Abundance innately involves many different things. Abundance of gratitude, abundance of love, abundance of healing. Kindness, generosity, and humbleness. And all of this, like everything, comes from the God source, which is always. The real question is, are we allowing a constant flow of this? Are we allowing a constant flow of this divine energy of abundance into our bodies every day? Are we really tuning it, or are we so distracted that we negate it? Are we feeling like the universe is magical and will always provide our every desire and need? Or, if not, our ego will choose a life of hard work to survive. It will struggle to achieve a life of financial abundance, yet not actually feel the joy, ease, and fun that is available every day along the way. Now, you see, the ego mind will work on us. Oh, this is wishful thinking. Oh, I've tried that, read books, done this, done that. Doesn't work. It's just all crap. It's garbage. And there's always those, for a reason. Remember, we're all teaching and learning from each other all the time. And then we know that there are people that we've come across. Have you ever wondered why there are some people who tend to be relaxed and have no issues with money, with others, work, while others work like slaves around the clock and barely make their rent each month? What's the difference? What is the universe teaching us there? What are they teaching us? The big difference between these two types of people is in their relationship with the energy, with the money. It's their attitude towards money. Is either coming from grace and gratitude or from need and greed. All right? Their attitude towards money is either coming from grace and gratitude or from need and greed. We are either coming from appreciation or a complaint towards money. I don't have enough money. This. If we were really to take a closer look, we can see it showing up in every second of our lives, unless, of course, we have found the third side of the coin. And we all know what the third side of the coin is. We should by now. The third side of the coin is not head or tail, it's the edge, the center, the middle path. Our financial frequency changes, and this is all of it, all of the abundance, everything, okay? It changes from moment to moment depending on the monetary beliefs we entertain to be true. Again, we create everything. Our energy fields vibrate higher when we think about, feel about, and consistently interact with money as if it were an infinite supply. Just notice what happens to your emotional body when you start thinking that it is. Now, you can try to fake that feeling, but it doesn't work. But when you really do it, you don't worry about it, and you just know innately that it will be there. Now, think about where you're currently at, right in this now. What the financial situation is currently at, right in this now. Do you feel relaxed about it, or are you coming from fear? On a scale of 1 to 100, and 100, of course, is the most amount of peace, trust, relaxation you feel about your current financial situation, where are you at right now? What are you doing to improve this frequency right now. It's like how we deal with money last week is most likely how we will relate to it next week. And this relationship is a habit that we've unconsciously cultivated over time. Our typical monthly financial situation is a good representation of the beliefs that we hold onto around money. It also shows where have we been focusing our attention and financial intention. Now, a lot of people think, well, I can't change my situation. It's what I've been dealt. That's far from the truth. It's the ego mind convincing you that. The good news is that if you don't like your current situation, you don't care for it, it can be shifted in a matter of minutes. Now, I'm going to share 3 everyone to step out of poverty consciousness and increase their financial frequency instantly. And the first one is every day, consciously send out the signal of abundance. And understand what this means. Our bodies are like a powerful radio tower. Notice what signals, ideas, and feelings that we're currently sending out about our future financial situation. Our thoughts are like boomerangs and return to you whenever you're sending out. Now take the next few minutes to feel what your body is saying and what your head is saying about money. Does your heart have a different story to tell? Get clear on what these 3 areas of your body are sending out as a signal about your financial future. Next, imagine how you'd feel right now if the past 10 years of your life you were worth $1 billion. How relaxed and excited would you feel inside about money? Hold on to this feeling as long as you can. Then push it out like a massive long-distance radio wave into the universe. Visualize this. Send out the signal that feeling is your energetic commitment and relationship feeling to money. How you feel and think about everything and anything as how the world is formed around you, around us all. We are, all of us, it's proven fact, we are a manifesting machine. So powerful it is immeasurable. Whatever energy we are vibrating with is what is attracted to us, to you. So you choose. It's always a choice. Take the big plunge right now. Commit to sending out this trusting feeling, abundant energy, every single day of your life from this point forward, without missing it, without getting exasperated, without allowing the ego mind to, this is a waste of time. It ain't going to work. 2, connect with the feeling of infinity. Connect with the feeling of infinity. The next step for increasing your financial frequency is to practice relaxing deeper and deeper, higher and higher into this awesome connection. Practice knowing, feeling, believing that you are truly a naturally abundant being because you will always be connected to the God source. This is an infinite source of energy, love, and divine intelligence. It is all of our very nature. If it chooses to believe it is poor, then that is what it will manifest. If it chooses to believe it is poor, then that is what it will manifest. And if it turning up your financial frequency is all about grounding that body by honoring and merging with the highest spiritual source within you, the God. This can only be done by letting go of trying to achieve anything in life. By letting go, this is the only way, can be done by letting go of trying to achieve anything in life and quiet all that mind chatter inside. Drop down into your heart. Bring all your attention to the innermost core of who you are. Discover your essence, your beingness, that divine consciousness, who you actually are. The source is where the realm of unlimited possibilities, energy, and divine creativity is born. It is not far away at all. It simply shows up when we bring the mind into the silence of the heart. It simply shows up when we bring the mind into the silence of the heart. And 3, take inspired, abundant actions daily. Now, this last secret may seem obvious, yet the actualization of it is often overlooked. We are financially free. We feel like we are connected to the infinite source. Then we'll naturally take actions on that mindset. All of our financial situations have to mirror that which we truly feel and believe within. They have no choice. If there is a fraction, just a smidgen of fear, then we will be tested on how trusting and confident we are to transcend this fear. The money you need and want to materialize has to manifest when you are without any fear. When you trust 100% that this universe is supporting your every wish, desire, and need, it has no choice but to manifest for you. Financial freedom comes to those who choose it daily. It's really as simple as that. Financial freedom comes to those who choose it daily. Everything comes to those who choose it daily. It's really not complicated. When we shift our financial mindset and completely devote our hearts to operating in an abundant paradigm, this universe has to match and mirror abundance back to us in some form. The billionaire mindset is truly worry-free and yet isn't greedy with needing more money. It's all about letting it flow. Sending out this generosity signal into the universe will eventually result in the physical manifestation of abundance that we all seek at one shape, time, form, or another. Just trust the transition and listen to your body, as the body never lies. Just trust the transition and listen to your body, as the body never lies. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. To keep our bodies in a relaxed state is paramount. To practice it constantly is paramount. This is when things come in This is when we move into the God source. To relax the body is the first step. Head to toe, inside and out. Remember that the body, these bodies we're in, is like a sponge, absorbs everything. Fear, anxiety, worry, stress, all of it. We are all, none of us are exempt from it, so we're constantly absorbing that. Whatever thing happens in the course of our day or night or, week or hour or minute, the body absorbs it. And sometimes, we load the body up so much and we don't know it, but we're so heavy and drained. It's because we've been carrying this crap so long that this is true. We're afraid to let it go. We're so used to the discomfort that we're afraid to let it go. And only you say, no. How? To relax your body. You let go of things. That's what we do. We let them go. Have you ever been, so fixated on something, just like you can't get it off your mind. You're just constantly thinking about it, constantly. And then there's a fear in there. Oh, what if this doesn't? What if this happens? What if that? And then I miss out on it. It's a very unfriendly feeling, emotion. So we intend and we let go with everything. So the body relaxes. We don't harbor it. So we de-stress, decompress, and just be. Have you ever gone anywhere? I mean, have you ever been going to a restaurant or you're with a group of people or something, or you're with a friend and you're just being? There's nothing coming in that's derogatory, negative, conflicting. You just are. You're comfortable, relaxed in body. This is the root, the understanding for all of us. Our bodies are like highly charged devices that are always signaling us for certain things to remind us. And so it's a choice. So we choose, right? You choose. I don't really care to have any of this building up within me. It's unpleasant. So I have no need for it. And so body, let's let this stuff go. Let's just let it go. And one of the best things that I've come across that really sets things into perspective is to picture yourself in this world with just the clothes on your back in the middle of nowhere. You have nothing. You own nothing. You don't have any money. Nothing. And picture yourself in that position. And know that that body that the God that you are is in is temporary. And know that you, who you truly are, the God, the pure consciousness, is forever. To make that to really understand that, this is when things release. They just fall away. The body becomes light. Because that ends, you're facing all of your fears in that instant. All of the fears that the ego mind conjures up for you, you're releasing them. You don't have any need for them. And the body really appreciates it because it all falls away. Stress, anxiety, worry, fear of not having, fear of having, fear of loving, fear of not loving, fear of happiness, fear of sadness, fear of crying, fear of not crying. Fear of driving, fear of not driving, fear of walking, fear of not walking, fear of swimming, fear of not swimming, fear of eating, fear of not eating. This is the culprit of why we are so many times loaded down with all of this garbage and crap that we facilitate for ourselves. When you can put yourself in the middle of nowhere, deep within your heart, and face all the fears that the ego mind has conjured for you through this lifetime, and once and for all, let them go. And if because they will, if they show up again, let them go again. So once this body that you're in is light, relaxed, not thinking, not conflicting, not worrying, not stressing, not fearing, it is in the now. And the now is all any of us have. We can argue with ourselves, but it is all we have. How many of you made plans, just fastidiously through your lifetime, made plans at certain times, and you made these plans and everything was that. So it didn't work out. And you were disappointed, upset, and irritated. That's because when we plan, we attach to those plans. So that's setting ourselves up for suffering and the body being stressed out, and the rest is history. So when we're in the now, we still the mind and the ego and the subconscious mind. And so that chatter that we all have, that noise, tens of millions of programmed thoughts running around, like clouds in the sky, just passing by. And the now is the only place we're going to find out about the ego mind, because we watch. From that position, we can watch the ego mind. Don't judge it, but we watch how it acts, how it works, how it operates. This is the only way to master the ego mind. And it's staying, and the breath, breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth, is the now. There's no such thing as I'm gonna breath tomorrow, breathe tomorrow, or breathe yesterday. The breath is only in the now. As soon as you take a breath and then you exhale a breath, it's now in the past, which means it is gone. Is the breath, which will keep you in the now once you continue to focus on the breath. Doesn't mean you have to sit there and not do anything, focus on the breath. You know that every single time that you are pulled out of the now by the ego mind, you will immediately gentle, kind, generous, humble, 24/7 deep gratitude with yourself. You'll say, okay, so I've wandered off into these other thoughts, so I'll just focus on my breath and be in the now. And you will 3,000% of the time, every single time. It's part of disciplining ourselves and knowing the path to enlightenment. Now, some of us, we do. We'll go into the past. We'll go into the past. But we do it because, most of us do it because they're just memories, and, things will spark them, and then we go and visit them and, embrace them. And some of them not too pleasant, but we also use those to remind ourselves not to do the same thing again because that thing didn't work before. You see, you begin to manage your subconscious mind, your library, because then you know what to fill it with. All the crap and garbage that's been fed to you as you grew up, so to speak, you'll know, I don't need any of that. We'll dump that out, throw that in the waste bin, and then replace it with this, this, and this. You can reprogram your subconscious. Excuse me. World. 0. almost like suspended animation. You're calm. There's no worry, stress, fear, anxiety. It's all out of there. You're in the now. You're focused on your breath. And that is the balance. That is the center path. Those who will take the past, bring it into a future that doesn't exist, create that future from that past, and relive that past and that future. Those are the ones that will say, no matter what we do, we always end up in the same place. Then there's those who will go in the future. The future doesn't exist because we create it in the now. But we'll wander and you say, well, I wonder when this is going to happen for me, and when am I going to have this, and when am I going to get a job, pay raise, and when am I going to get a promotion, when am I going to really be happy, and when am I going to be content? It's just. But the now is it. The past and the future have no bearing or meaning because it's all in the now. It's like these bodies that we're in. We do know, to a certain extent, that we're not the body. But we can choose. It's like we know that we, the soul, come into this body. So we're heaven on earth. And those of us that understand this, as every step we take, we're creating paradise. We affect change in every step we take on this planet. We affect change in every thought we send out. Everything that we do, we affect change. I'm heaven on this earth, and every step I take, I'm creating paradise, and I'm shining my light. That of which I am, which is a God, force, love, light, energy. And I'm shining at 360 degrees, 24/7, effortlessly. Everywhere. Affecting hundreds of thousands of people. Can you imagine if every one of us knew this? It wasn't some, far-off secret fantasy. It was real. We know that we glow. And we glow. All of us glow. So you have 8 billion of us on this planet that transcend into this. Then this planet would become the brightest celestial paradise planet that glows so brilliantly that nothing can touch it. Now, as the gods, we can understand that in the body, right? We flow constantly. We're not sedentary. So remember, the God doesn't sleep. We don't eat. We don't drink. We don't smell. We don't touch. We don't feel. We don't do any of that. Only when in the body that we can learn to appreciate those experiences. So we know that in these bodies we're in has there's 7 energy vortexes. Some beliefs are more, some are less. We'll just go with 7. And right from the tailbone to the top of the head. Now most people don't even pay any attention to that because they're so distracted with the physical material world. But some of us do. And we do understand that we, as the God that we are, flow through these energy vortexes, which are etheric, spiritual, on the spiritual plane, but not the physical plane. And so we flow through them. And by doing that, we communicate with everything in this body, all the blood, everything, all the organs, all the emotions, all of it. Isn't it amazing? From that. We're totally oblivious to that. And everything will be gone. We have parts of us that are asleep. I think we all know that. It isn't a negative. It isn't bad and gloomy. It is just that parts of us are asleep. Other parts of us are awake. So we know that the parts that are asleep, that are part of us, are always with us. They're not going to disappear or leave. So we reach out to all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And that includes everything. Everything and everything, nothing and nothing. That includes the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, El Morya, Vedantia, Pel, Thoth, Yeshua, many, many, many more. It includes all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth. All of the light energy beings on this planet, on it, in it, above it, below it. All the galactics, off-worlders, celestials. All of our loved ones inhabit. Now the archangels, different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other, but we meet with them, we talk with them, we interact with them. And in some rare cases, we marry them. Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time in the tens of thousands. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. They have the same message. They deliver it to us all the time in many different ways. Some of us acknowledge it, others of us don't. Isn't it absolutely magna glorious, stupendous, phenomenal to be alive in these bodies? And that is bliss. Ascended masters have mastered physical form and ascended out of physical form into pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical form, master physical form. We are mastering physical form. We are creating our experiences to perfect our creation. The galactics, the off-worlders, the celestials. We're only familiar with just an absolute smidgen microfraction of them. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Feline Zeta Reticuli, Nords, Greys, Draco Reptilian, Golden Pyramid Avian, many, many, many more. Now, they have been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. All the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. Now understand that this is like gigaplexes. One gigaplex fills this entire universe with not even 1 inch of sacred space to spare. This is trillions of gigaplexes from trillions of universes. As our loved ones, in the billions, ascended in and out of body several times, like we all have. But only those out of all of the googolplexes that are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this meditation in this now, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. The light energy beings on this planet. It's the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, many, many, many more. Consciously aware. Parts of them are asleep too. But they don't hear us. And we're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And all of us are one. And all of us are God, and all of us are love. That never changes, never will. That which is in these bodies is divine perfection. It is the only thing that doesn't change. It just continually ascends. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the God Force Love Light energy that is within each and every one of us gathered in this meditation. Consciously aware. It is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1 billion trillion suns to even come close to its brightness. And this is pure, deep, eternal love. And we flood this planet 24/7, always. We flood the solar system, we flood the galaxy, we flood the universe. And then we're flooding this planet, all of our brothers and sisters, all life, highest supreme value in the universe, with pure, deep, eternal love. The highest of the highest high. And you can feel it in your heart-mind. You can see it in your heart-mind's motion picture. Feels good. Feels good, doesn't it? Real good. Like bliss. We continue to ascend above the planet. As we do, we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. It's reflecting. Little tiny microscopic mirrors reflecting amongst all of us gathered in this meditation. We see the mirrors, we go into them, we discover that all of us from all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, everything and everything, nothing and nothing, are teaching each other, learning from each other, constantly. We either both teacher and student, or student and teacher, one or the other, or both. And we're doing this all the time. Not necessarily conscious all the time about it, but we do it all the time. We interact with each other all the time. Whether you're halfway across the planet or not, we're still interacting with each other because we're all one. We're immediately column of light that we created to remind us all that we are the power of healing. when we simultaneously, no matter what, we will be able to maintain vibrant youth, energy, vitality, joy, bliss, all from within. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. The gods within these bodies, the power is so great, it cannot be measured. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we are protected from head to toe, inside and out, 24/7, throughout eternity, infinity. Therefore, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, no demon possession, no attachments, nothing can harm us, ever. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through anger, hatred, fear, guilt, envy, hurriedness, stress, anxiety, worry, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Then, demon possession, attachments, all kinds of interesting occurrences and experiences. Now we're immediately met with two columns of light, back to back. The first one is the purple transmuting flame. We created this column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, sending them to pure consciousness where they're no more. Right behind that is the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we created, that we can bring in the violet ray, we can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational frequency to the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, deepest, and purest of the purest, purest. Eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all that we are the sun, the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the mountains. We are the trees, the forests. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the soils, the clouds, the sky. We are everything. Everything is us. Always has been. So the next time you see a sunset, a rainbow, or a sunrise, or an ocean front, you're the beauty. You're the grandeur. You're the majesty. You're the divineness. The God within you. It always has. We continue to ascend above this planet. Some of us decide to step out of our physical form and hover effortlessly above it, if we're carrying physical form. Why do we do this? Because we can. We were immediately met with this massive crystalline tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system. In the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. Center of the sphere, we see this golden white bowl of light. It is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light. And all of them are sending these electric energy waves, particles, that saturate us, bathe us. It's not like water. And the feeling is vibrant. And the golden white bowl of light, is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, deepest, purest of the purest, purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. And the rest is well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, great wealth, great abundance, great prosperity, all unending. And then we discover that it is us. It is the God's reflection of what we truly are. At the top of this column, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing right now, as it has been doing throughout eternity. And this is pure, deep, eternal love. All of us are drops of that golden ocean. All of us contain the essence of that golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops. Drops are the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It sets center circle. We created this sphere over 3.5 years ago. This sphere holds well over 1,500 of our meditations in perpetual motion. That means they never fade. They continue to intensify and they continue to expand. They're flooding this planet and every single vessel on it, in it, above it, below it, 24/7, nonstop. This is the flood of the gods that we are. It is the reflection of the gods that we are. Eventually, everybody will wake up to that by choice. It is not only my right and my privilege to walk in the abundance of God and the abundance God has for me. It is my responsibility, just as it is my responsibility to live in truth. Dan Dennis. I'll join you in a meditation, return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move slowly and easily. Only the primal spirit and the true nature overcome time and space. The primal spirit is beyond the polar differences. Here is the place whence heaven and earth derive their being. When we understand how to grasp the primal spirit, we will overcome the polar opposites of light and darkness and tarry no longer in the three worlds. But only those of us who have envisioned human nature's original face is able to do this. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. And we will return here Thursday, August 26, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our Global Guided Meditation call. And tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern to continue our Time for Change call.